both. Like, what are the differences between them?
Canelo's strong and he's easily hit. Very easily hit, very easily. Compared to when I fought against Crawford, I couldn't even hit clean. So really, that's the difference. And they both hit hard.
When you say, I want Canelo, is there anybody in the camp that would say, you're not ready for this?
That's a big boy, he's strong. That's a conversation. It's not just, oh man, you will whoop his ass.
Like, yes man type stuff.
I'm not worried about Canelo, I'm not thinking about Canelo. I'm just focused on Israel Magdalene.
In a small way, is this a stepping stone to your dream fight?
I don't look at fights as stepping stone. It's about now.
Boxing fans have long been divided over the idea of a fight between TerenceCrawford and CaneloAlvarez. While Canelo is widely regarded as one of the best boxers across multiple weight classes, the Mexican superstar sees Crawford as a real threat. Crawford's unique style, impressive speed, and ability to adapt to any opponent have already proven effective against some of the best fighters in the world.
Who's the best fighter in the world?
We can't put Tank up there in the top 10 in pound for pound. He has to be somewhere in pound for pound. And Canelo done something that is amazing when Canelo was able to go to light heavyweight and become light heavyweight champion, something that I didn't even see him going up that heavy, and he did that. So, but as of right now, I have to put Terence Crawford as number one.
Most people consider Terence but Crawford one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world. He's a tough opponent thanks to his technical skill, ability to switch styles, and overall versatility. Crawford boasts an incredible professional record, remaining undefeated, which cements his status as the top boxer in the welterweight division. Note, you mentioned 4,100 wins and 0 losses, which is clearly a typo or exaggeration. I revised it to just say he's undefeated. If you meant a specific number of wins, like 40-0, I can adjust it accordingly. Want me to include the correct record?
5 fighters right now in boxing. That's your top 5 right now in boxing, not your the top 5 in boxing right now. Right now.
Champions or just anybody?
Top 5 right
anybody.
now.
Shakur #1, hands down. Tank, he up there. Canelo, in a way, Tyson Fury.
CaneloAlvarez, on the other hand, holds a professional record of 60 wins, 2 losses, and 2 draws and is widely considered the top super middleweight boxer in the world. He has also proven that he can compete effectively at higher weight classes. His strength, speed, and ring IQ make him a dangerous opponent for anyone.
He's a different fighter now. The deterioration is there. He's not the same guy. He's not that destroyer who's looking for knockouts early and keeps a pace and a pressure on you. He throws 30 punches around. You're not the same guy. So telling everyone you're gonna knock them out and then going into, 6 decisions in a row now? Scores a knockdown every time, the power's still there. The problem is the pace and the ability to carry on and push. That's the real difference, and that comes with age. He's 34 going on 45 at this, as far as I'm concerned. He's got a ton of fights, been around for a long time, doesn't have that same desire, the same drive to take the chances against these younger, bigger guys, because he is fighting younger, bigger guys.
When he Canelo and he was like standing right in front of Canelo and Canelo's just whiffing, it was a life lesson. And then you look at how good Canelo's head movement got after that fight when he realized it. I mean, my God, when he was Danny Jacobs and Canelo's just standing right in front of him, bobbing and weaving. That's all what he learned from fighting Floyd.
Canelo has defeated some of the best boxers in history, and his ability to compete across multiple weight classes highlights just how versatile and skilled he truly is. His strength, especially at super middleweight, has been a key factor in his dominance. With powerful punches and solid defense, Canelo remains one of the most dangerous opponents in boxing.
That's so fucking young.
Yeah.
What was that like?
I trained so hard, and now obviously I try to beat him, because you know, if you beat him, you want to be the best in the world at 23.
What do you think was so impressive about him?
His experience, he's so smart. He have everything in a fighter, a complete fighter. He don't have power in the punches, but when you that kind of fighter, you don't need it.
You think that was the toughest fight you faced?
No.
What do you think?
I think tough fights and difficult fights. That was a difficult fight.
Canelo is beating these guys with all 5 layers of defense. Number 1, feet. Number 2, elbows, hands, shoulders, and the mind. This is exactly how both of those guys got to the highest level of boxing supremacy. Canelo Alvarez means to the Mexican fans what Floyd Money Mayweather meant for black people. 50 wins in boxing, no losses, no...
In addition to his power, Canelo's agility and ring intelligence set him apart. His head movement, defensive skills, and pinpoint counterpunching make him a well-rounded and dangerous striker. Years of experience against elite-level opponents have sharpened his ability to adapt and strategize mid-fight. His recent victory over Edgar Berlanga in the super middleweight division further cemented his status as a top-tier fighter.
One of the fighters that hit very hard was Angulo. You know, he's a Cuban guy and he punched very hard too. So I'll say both of them are like the same, but you know, with Canelo, I was just mentally ready for his shots. You know, I already told myself, I know I'm gonna get hit. I know I'm gonna get hit on my chin, but it's, you know, I gotta bite down on my mouthpiece and push. You know, look what happened in the third round. I got hit with a left hook. We'd be practicing in camp the whole time, you know, keeping my right hand to my chin. And I wound up just moving and he connected right on my chin. And you see how I punched my glove, you know, that's like a thing for me when I, you know, my last time when I got dropped, I was punching my gloves. Cause I'm like, damn, I got hit with a shot. I'm not supposed to be on the floor. But, you know, it comes to boxing. You know, the greats done got dropped, you know, got hurt. But it's about how you come back and respond.
Of the world, Mexico versus Puerto Rico, Saul Canelo Alvarez versus the chosen one, Edgar Berlanga.
Edgar Berlanga has shared his thoughts on a potential fight between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford. Berlanga emphasized the unpredictable nature of boxing, noting that anything can happen in the ring. He praised Crawford's skill set and ring IQ, stating that Crawford's abilities allow him to compete with, and even outperform, any opponent. However, Berlanga also pointed out that Canelo's size and natural weight advantage could be a key factor in the outcome.
My brother, TerenceCrawford, wants to fight Canelo.
Yeah.
Just from your expert opinion, knowing how Canelo fights, what he's like in the ring, I know you haven't been in the ring with Terence, but what do you think of that fight?
I truly believe, you know, that, you know, anything can happen in boxing, you know what I'm saying? And Terence Crawford is a legend. He's great. He's a great fighter. The only thing I see that I favor Canelo is that, you know, is his weight.
Yeah.
And that he's more bigger. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing. But as far as skill set wise, IQ, I feel like Crawford can match anybody and probably do way better, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, Crawford is a...
Former world champion Demetrius Andrade believes that while Terence Crawford is an exceptional fighter, Canelo Alvarez's size and experience in higher weight classes give him a clear advantage. Andrade feels that Crawford may struggle to match Canelo's combination of power and agility.
There's talk, too, of like Canelo and Crawford. Like you're mentioning that you feel like Dave is just too big, too young. Just too much overall. Like, is that kind of the same thing with the Crawford and Canelo because of the weight classes, the weight between them?
Yeah, I believe so. Listen, I love Crawford. He's a good friend. You know, we reach out to each other. We've been travel the world through the amateur program. He see me beat people up. I see him beat people up. He see me get beat up. I got beat up. We both, whatever. Everybody.
David Benavidez, another top contender, shared a similar perspective. He praised Crawford's technique but questioned whether his power would carry over to the higher weight classes. Benavidez noted that moving up in weight to face Canelo could be a major challenge for Crawford.
I can't really say nothing about that. If that's what he wants to do, then that's what he's going to do. Canelo is a man that he does anything he wants to do. I don't think really what people say affects him. But I feel like the people, they want to see David Benavidez versus Canelo Alvarez. It's the biggest fight to make happen, and I feel like I'm the biggest threat to him.
Benavidez believes Crawford would need to move up 2 weight classes to face Canelo, and he emphasized the importance of respecting weight divisions. Despite Crawford's impressive skill set, Benavidez gave the edge to Canelo in a hypothetical matchup, pointing out the challenges that come with jumping weight classes. Though Benavidez himself has long been a top contender, especially in the 168-pound division, and is seen as a potential threat to Canelo, a fight between the two has yet to materialize.
Payday. I'm the face of boxing.
Crawford wanted a payday, but Crawford didn't do good at 54. When I talk to people, they all tell me you would have knocked him out at 68.
Well, he knows now. He experimented the 154 and he knows.
Come on, Charles.
Maybe
No more.
he do in 168 for the big.
Moving up 2 weight classes would be one of Crawford's biggest challenges. In his last bout, Crawford dropped down to 154 pounds and defeated Israel Madrimov by decision. However, stepping up to super middleweight would require him to face significantly bigger and tougher opponents, making the leap even more daunting.
He wants to fight, he's made it clear. Do fights like that help your legacy, or do you feel like that's something that's not worth it to you?
Everything in my career, every fight make my legacy different and better, no? TerenceCrawford is a great fighter, he's a good fighter, but you know, like I say, he's a weight classes for a reason. I'm focused 100% on Berlanga, and you never know what happened.
Despite the challenges, Crawford's agility and adaptability could be key factors in the fight. His ability to switch stances and use both hands effectively makes him unpredictable and difficult to counter. Additionally, Crawford's exceptional footwork and ring IQ allow him to control the pace and flow of the fight.
Terence is what?
Oh, incredible.
It was fire.
Right, yeah, especially being to the fight, no one knew who really was going to win. And you can see the confidence. I don't think real confidence you can fake.
Canelo's power and experience in higher weight classes should not be underestimated. His ability to absorb punches and deliver powerful counterattacks makes him a dangerous opponent. Additionally, Canelo's agility and movement in the ring further enhance his overall fighting style.
The definition of boxing. Please, look up the definition of boxing. The martial arts of boxing, and then come back with your opinion. Because boxing is not all about knocking somebody out. Yes, that's part of it. That can happen, but boxing is a sport where you can outpoint somebody too. That's why they go to the scorecard.
I appreciate that take, bro. That's real educated, man, real thoughtful. But you know, you ain't had a decision in a long time, bro. You know, you known for like being a great finisher. So I appreciate that, but that ain't how you.
Crawford, who recently moved up to 154 pounds, won the WBO interim super welterweight title. However, he seemed to lack the same power he exhibited at 147 pounds.
This for all the nut huggers, the bud nut huggers, the bud butt buddies. You see that? You see that? We see that. You understand me? You see what that say? Jamel Charlo what is the WBA junior middleweight champion in recess. Jamel Charlo is the WBC junior middleweight champion in recess. Nah, man. Virgil Ortiz Jr. is the WBC intern junior middleweight champion. Nah, man. So make it make sense. People gotta make it make sense. Charlo's still a big dog there. Yeah, that's my camera behind me. Charlo's still a big dog there. So a lot of people need to get their facts straight. Understand? Opinions don't matter, it's all facts. No opinions, sport podcast. And I'm always gonna bring you the real, never the fake, and I'm never late on the news, you hear me? Get at me, man. Dollar.
What's up, everybody? I wanna give a big shout out to Snack for always supporting and helping me out with this previous fight. Snack strong.
However, moving up to super middleweight to face Canelo would be a significant challenge. The obstacles of this move include adapting to the greater power and toughness of opponents in the higher weight class. Despite Crawford's exceptional technique and skill, there are lingering questions about whether his strength and stamina will translate effectively to super middleweight.
Be great. That'll be 3 times. If you go 154 and win the belt, that's 3 times super. Then I said, chase super greatness. Come on, Canelo. 160.
Well, if he can get in there with Charlo in like his next 2 fights, where he still got age on his side, then maybe go up again. Like if he's trying to chase the greatness. But I mean, he already done something that's never been.
If the bout were to happen, Crawford's versatility would play a crucial role. His ability to switch stances, adjust his strategy on the fly, and outmaneuver opponents could give him an edge in the early rounds. Crawford's defensive skills and ring IQ would also be key in avoiding Canelo's powerful punches and setting up his own counters.
I saw the multi-layeredness, if you will, if I'm allowed to use that term,
of Terence Crawford that he'd been forced to develop throughout his entire career. And one thing I saw about him was that he had the ability to adjust and to think to get himself past any styles. He's been forced to do that through a slew of opponents, and we can talk about some of the opponents that helped him develop that style.
If this fight goes ahead, it could be one of the most exciting matchups in recent boxing history. Both fighters are undeniable champions in their respective divisions, with contrasting styles and compelling personalities that have captivated fans worldwide.
I'm going with Terence Crawford. You know, big weight jump, dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terence Crawford's will and that he can't figure it out against you. You know, it ain't no disrespect to Canelo, but I've said this the last couple of years. I've not been against Terence Crawford. There's nobody else. You got to show me that you can.
Crawford's technical skills and adaptability make him a formidable opponent. The challenge of moving up 2 weight classes to face Canelo's power and experience should not be underestimated. Analysts and former champions believe Canelo holds the advantage due to his size and expertise in higher weight classes. However, Crawford's versatility and ring IQ could still make for an intriguing and tough battle.
Weeks ago, you heard what Terence Bud Crawford had to say on why he wants to take on Saul Canelo Alvarez.
I just want the opportunity, you know, to fight the best fighter in my generation that's out there. You know, he's the most accomplished fighter, and I would just, you know, just like to, you know, fight another great.
Which is a very noble reason. I mean, it's a reason that I can get behind. If you notice, his primary reason isn't money. He did say it'll be the biggest fight, which, you know, you do want a big fight, but I don't think he meant monetarily, which the money comes, okay? But what he's saying is he want to test himself versus the best, and I think he's telling the truth here, right? Of course he wants big money and stuff like that, but I think his swan song is just him test himself up against the very best. Those are the reasons the war room can get.
What are your thoughts on the potential matchup? Do you think Crawford can overcome the challenges and defeat Canelo?